In this day and age, you need to have a star-studded team to win the NBA championships. Kobe Bryant won 5 with the Los Angeles Lakers thanks to having the likes of Shaquille O'Neal and Gasol as his sidekicks. Oh, and the San Antonio Spurs won the NBA title in 2003, 5, 7, and 14 with their legendary Big Three. But somehow, someway, some teams have made it to the big dance without much talent. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we dive into the 10 worst teams to reach the NBA Finals. And we do hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, 2007 Cleveland Cavaliers. It feels weird putting a LeBron James-led team that won 50 games on this list, but the Eastern Conference was super weak, so that ain't saying much. LeBron didn't have any other standouts on his team. Larry Hughes was their second-best player with an average of 14.9 points per game, but James still single-handedly carried Cleveland to the finals. However, reality set in when the San Antonio Spurs easily swept them, capturing their 4th title in just 8 years. Number 9, 2002 New Jersey Nets. The Nets won the East with the conference best 52 wins in the regular season. For what it's worth, the next best team in the East was the Boston Celtics, who went 49-33. Not exactly awe-inspiring. Yes, they had future Hall of Famer Jason Kidd on the team, but Kenyon Martin led this team in points with 14.9 per game. The Kobe and Shaq-led Lakers made easy work of the Nets, sweeping them in the NBA Finals. Number 8, 1952 New York Knicks. The Knicks beat the second-seeded Boston Celtics and top-seeded Syracuse Nationals to reach the NBA Finals. The problem is that Boston and Syracuse went 39-27 and 40-26 respectively. New York's 37 wins were enough in the regular season to help them reach the NBA Finals, but the Cinderella run ended when the Minneapolis Lakers beat them in a thrilling 7-game series. Remember, kids, all good things must come to an end at some point. Number 7, 1976 Phoenix Suns. The Suns had some nice depth on their roster, but Paul Westphal's team leading 20.5 points per game and Alvin Adams' 19 were all they really had when it came to scaring opponents. The Suns went just 42-40 in the regular season, but an easy path to the final set up a showdown with the Boston Celtics. JoJo White was simply too much for the Suns to handle as he led the 54-win Celtics to a championship by finishing off the Suns in 6 games. The sun can only be hot for so long. Number 6, 1999 New York Knicks. On paper, the 1999 Knicks looked like a bona fide juggernaut with the iconic Patrick Ewing leading the charge, while equipped with other standouts such as Latrell Sprewell. But in a lockout-shortened season, the Knicks went just 27-23, finishing 4th in the Atlantic Division and 8th in the Eastern Conference. That was somehow enough to reach the playoffs and eventually the NBA Finals. The Knicks faced the David Robinson and Tim Duncan-led San Antonio Spurs, who finished them off in 5 games. Number 5, 1956 Fort Wayne Pistons. The stats and records showed how mediocre the Pistons were. They averaged 94.4 points per game and allowed 93.7 per contest. They finished 37-35, showing just how average they really were. George Yardley led the Pistons in points per game with 17.4, and there wasn't much stardom beyond that. The Philadelphia Warriors ended the underdog story by beating the Pistons in the finals 4-1. Number 4, 1951 New York Knicks. This team's leading scorer was Vincent Varela, who averaged 14.9 points per game. The Knicks lacked star power after that and finished with just a 36-30 record in the regular season, averaging 0.4 more points per game than their opponents. That simply does not look like a championship team. Indeed, the Knicks were not a championship team. After an easy path to the NBA Finals, the star-studded Rochester Royals beat them in a thrilling 7-game series. Number 3, 1971 Baltimore Bullets. The Bullets won the Central Division with 42 wins and 40 losses. That was also good enough for the second-best record in the Eastern Conference. But Earl Monroe was the only guy who put up at least 20 points per game, and this team did allow 112.3 points per game. Talk about not caring about defense. So the Bullets faced Milwaukee in the NBA Finals, but they were simply no match for the Bucks, who swept them in 4 games. A reminder that defense wins championships. Number 2, 1957 St. Louis Hawks. The Hawks had decent balance, but Bob Pettit was the only bona fide stud, with his 24.7 points per game. Their 34-38 record was enough to land the Hawks the top seed in the Western Division. Again, go figure. However, the Boston Celtics went 44-28 to win the Eastern Division. It's not a surprise that Boston won the 1957 NBA Finals over St. Louis, but it's tough to believe it took them 7 games. Those Hawks were 1 win away from being the worst team ever to win the NBA championship. And number 1, 1959 Minneapolis Lakers. In today's NBA, you're lucky if a losing record gets you into the playoffs. Imagine having a losing record and reaching the NBA Finals. You see, the Lakers went just 33-39, which was, believe it or not, far and away good enough for the second spot in the Western Division. That's how easy it was for Minneapolis. They also allowed 107.3 points per game. But the Lakers still had a party to throw in reaching the 1959 NBA Finals. That was until Bill Russell's Boston Celtics swept the Lakers in 4 games, marking the beginning of their dynasty. Who were some of the other bad teams to make it to the NBA Finals? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.